Hello. So this is a bit of a surprise, actually, to me and probably to you. So I thought we would still be working on the rag right up until Friday, and I wanted to do this, but I didn't think there was a possibility of it happening because I thought I'd just be too busy. But we're done. It's all ready to go. So I, again, inspired by one of Tim Holt's makers, I think it's Paula. I'm not sure who it is, but it was way back in the Christmas Ideology release. One of the makers makes boxes quite often with tags and things in. And I did think, I think Tim may have mentioned it, but I thought it would make a fantastic alternative to December Daily, because now the kids have grown up, we don't do all of those Christmassy things that we used to. We do things, we usually go out to eat, but we don't do all the Christmassy stuff. You know, Poppy might do a little bit of cooking with me now and then, but I don't have as much to write in my December Daily as I used to. So I'm going to do one of the boxes. I am going to do it every day. Whether or not I film, I don't know, but there is a but to this. If I am using something I've created, I am going to try and put as many freebies into the Facebook group as I can, either as so you can follow along and make exactly what I'm making, or you can make something very similar. That's my intent. And I probably will do at least 2 videos a week, maybe more. So part 1. I've got my box. Now, these were a nest of boxes. This is another one. It was a whole nest. I think there were 9 maybe. And I got them from Flying Tiger in the UK. They are just a really cheap balsa wood box. They are nothing spectacular. And I just thought this would be a perfect size. I picked this one. Now, I then realised I have absolutely no Christmas papers in pads, 12 by 12s. I have nothing. I think I gave what I did have to my nieces last year or the year before. So I don't have any Christmas papers. So what I've done is I would recommend you do your Christmas papers if you have any, because I'm not sure this is going to work quite as well. I quickly knocked myself up a digital. Now, the issue is Jay's gone out. Jay does all the printer tech stuff, and I've run out, or it needs a head clean. I don't know if you can see. I've got a little line here. There are a few little lines here and there, but I'm not going to waste this. I am going to do it, use it. Now, I made this to fit my box, but all you have to do is measure your box, obviously, inside and out, and make your elements. Now, this is for the outside and this is for the inside. I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet because it's now got a nice line through it. But I'm going to cover my box quite simply. First of all, I picked these up. They're just proper knobs. For drawers and things like that, and I got these from my lovely friend Bev. Hi Bev, at Clara Bow, my favourite ever vintage shop. Now, she only had 3. They are the smallest ones I could find, and I'm not sure if these are going to be too heavy. I want this on the front of my box to make it kind of like a drawer, but on one of them I thought I'm going to have a little try at seeing if we can get the alcohol ink to work. I don't know if it's going to work on glass. I don't think I've ever done it on glass. I've only ever done it on metal. I don't want it, too dark. And I don't mind if the silver gets covered in it. But I'm going to keep the screw in for now, just to add... There's a hole in my bag. There's a hole in my bag. Anyway, that's a bit of a pain to start off with. Anyway, I'm just going to give this a good old move around. Oh, that's going to look so cool if it dries. Like that. Okay. if that stays on there, that's going to be marvellous. Absolutely love it. Right, I'm going to put that aside to dry. So what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to do this on camera because it's going to take me a minute. I'm going to cut these out and I'm going to start sticking to make sure they fit. I will be back very shortly. Well, that was fun. When I said at the beginning, if you've got scrapbooking paper, it's probably best. It is actually, although this is very workable. Basically, the first thing is I realised, because I had to print the bottom, I'd forgotten to print the bottom. I realised that the reason I have marks in my paper is because I had it on the fast print. I didn't have it on photo quality, so that was problem number one. But I'm still using this. I'm not going to waste this paper. I think it looks perfectly okay. The other thing is, what I do is, once I've glued something on, I will sand it to get a clean edge. And I made a boo-boo. Now, this is what happens when it's not scrapbooking paper, but I have a solution. I have got out my crackle paste and a spatula, and I'm just going to kind of decorate this a little bit more. I might even do these edges, which I had just intended on inking, but I think I'm going to go for it, just in areas like there where I've messed up, especially these corners, because I think it would just add, you know, a little bit of fun to this box. So I'm going to go round and do these corners. Yeah, so basically, I didn't think I'd have time at all to do any filming. And I never film December daily because it was always quite personal, I think. I don't journal on film, never have. I don't usually do Christmas on film, but this year seems to be the year to have a go. Now, I was chatting to Wendy Lady today, this morning. Well, her middle of the night and my extremely early morning, and I mentioned that I hadn't made a December daily this year. And then I recalled the video, and I thought, yeah, let's do that. And it's a great way, because I'd intended on doing some freebies anyway, but I think this just makes it more fun if I'm doing a freebie for something I'm doing, and you can follow along if you want to. I know there are so many December daily videos out there. I'm not huge at it. It's not something I have done much. So there's probably, if you're going to spend a little bit of time doing a December daily, you probably don't want to watch me, but you know, options are there. So I'm gonna, like I said, I just quite randomly popping on this crackle paste. Quite like it, quite like that. Looks quite cool. Job's a good one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this a quick dry. I've got a distress crayon because I do love this, but it's a little bit, let me see if that one's the right, yeah. It's a little bit bright white considering the paper. Now some of these little bits will flake off where I've kind of left little mountains, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do is, got my water spray, just spray a little bit of water, a little bit of crayon. And I am simply going to wet my finger and just rub. So I'm really pleased with this. I'm really happy with how this has turned out. The only thing is, I had a little look at my my knob, and most of the ink has wiped away, but that's okay because I've actually come to the realization that I quite like it clear. It's got a tiny little bit where the ink has seeped into the fixings. It's actually got a tiny little green hue to it, which is fine. I'm quite liking that. What I wanted to do was add some feet, but I've got no idea what I'm going to use for those as yet. So the last thing I'm going to do today is glue this, and it's not going to dry in a hurry. And I'm also quite concerned because this is a little bit heavy. So what I'm going to do is I am going to add, I think I'm going to use glossy accents for this, maybe, or actually, better yet, I'm going to use Gorilla Glue. I'm going to use Gorilla Glue Clear, and that will mean this needs to sit and dry for several hours, probably overnight, and it has to be obviously very still. I'm going to add my glue. I'm going to start by kind of pushing some into that hole, and haven't got a huge amount on there, you see, and this is where we have to be really, really careful that we get it central. So like I said, that's going to take several hours to dry. So I'm going to get this video done, and maybe today I'll be back with my day one item to go in my drawer, and there should be hopefully a little freebie to go along with that, but I will give you more information later. So that's now got to stay. I've got glue absolutely everywhere. I really have, because I've been sliding this around. Okay, right. I will be back. Thanks for watching. See you soon.